Good to see everybody. So, good evening. We're going to keep this night going. Finished up day 2 of the single slipper challenge from 6:30 to 7:30. We were on earlier talking about being single, living single, and love as a single person and discovering real love in a fake world. So, if you get a chance, jump in with that this week from 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time all this week. Be a part of the challenge, and it's been fantastic. We've been getting some great feedback from it, so I'm excited to be doing that this week. And tonight I just want to take a few moments, continue on our talks about love. And I was thinking about this question as I was, kind of thinking about some business and doing some work as it pertains to business. I was thinking about the question of where does your love dream end? Right? Where does it end? What causes your dream of love to end? And for the reason why I was thinking about that was because so often with entrepreneurs, you're going through a process and you're wanting to create something or start something and solve some kind of problem in the world. And yet, so many people that have ideas don't do them. So many people that want to be in a relationship with someone, they don't pursue it. And so, really, what that means is that at some point, their dream of love ends. Their love dream it ends. They put the brake on. They put the brakes on it. So the question is, where? Where does that dream end, and why? What is the moment that you get to, and you decide that what you've been dreaming about isn't worth pursuing? Where's that moment where the romance and the love and the interaction that you want? Where's the moment where it ends? And here's another question: Why don't why? Why do you allow it to end there? Why are you unwilling, perhaps, to do the work to take you beyond that blockade, beyond that barrier? Why is that barrier the deal breaker? Why is that barrier the one that will get you to give up on the thing that you're hoping for, the thing that you're dreaming about, the thing that you aspire to? Why is that thing the thing that'll stop you? And so I was thinking about that because I interact with a lot of people that they they talk about being in business a lot. I want to be in business. I want to do this. I want to start my business. And then when it comes to something, perhaps like telling people about it, like the marketing aspect, then they stop. I'm afraid of what someone might say. I'm afraid of rejection. Being afraid can put the brakes on a lot of dreams. I just don't think that I'm good enough. I think that I'm unworthy, right? That's a real one. Thinking that you're unworthy. Why? Who told you? Because I believe that if we really start to look for these answers and how we're going to get past these moments, we need to do a little investigating. Okay? Who told you that you weren't good enough? Who told you that you weren't worthy of the relationship that you're dreaming of? Who told you that? What experience happened that says the love that you desire, mm-mm, it's not for you. You couldn't possibly have that. That is that is way off the radar for you. Who told you that? What experience told you that? And why do you believe it? Why does that voice that told you that get to be the voice that gets to write your future for you? Have you ever really considered that? Why is it that the voice of rejection gets to be louder than the voice of you being accepted? Why is it that we can be so convinced about the negative and have such little faith for the positive? I believe in part because we rehearse the negative. I believe that the negative becomes such a norm that we say it over and over and over. We find within our environment other voices to support our negative thought Like I don't believe that this can happen for me. And then we get around people that will co-sign that. Like, yeah, you're right. Let me just hang around some more people that have failed, that have never went for it, that have a negative report. And so now I'm in an environment that is conducive for the negative. I'm in an environment that actually supports my negative thinking because that's what their experience is too. If you hang around people that have only ever experienced defeat and failure and setback and loss, they cannot give you a perspective of victory. They cannot give you a perspective of fulfillment. They cannot give you a perspective of hope because they don't know it. And so the scary thing becomes change. Change. It's time to change. It's time to move away from the common dialogue and the current conversation that we've been having. I think, right? Like if you really want to see your life to be transformed and different, I think that you really need to be intentional about change. Doing things that are doing things that are outside of your comfort zone, doing things that are not normal on purpose, with intention, so that you have something new in your mind to process. Perhaps, so many people, oh, love and Valentine's Day, it just gets on my nerves. And I have such a jaded outlook on love that I don't even want to be around it. They don't even want to go to the store during February because there's just too much love going on, right? That's a that's a quite a position to take, right? You don't even want to be around it. And so if you don't even want to be around it, you're shutting off all possibilities for it. I say, look, do something totally different. If you really, because we as people really want love in our lives. We all want to be loved. We all want to experience it. But the negativity of the past, the negativity of the current conversation says, I won't have it. It's not going to work for me. I'm just going to be bitter. Right. And so, since we have this, since we've been feeding this, then our outlook is, oh, nothing's going to happen in my favor. This love thing won't work for me. Do something uncomfortable. Go to go to the local dollar store and just, I don't know, take $5. You can get cards for like 2 for $1. Go to the local dollar store, grab take $5, grab 10 cards, get some real nice love cards and do something with them. Address them to someone, send them out. Address one to yourself, put it in the mail, sit with a stamp, send it to yourself just so you can get used to getting some love in the mail. And I know sometimes you just so used to just getting bills, right? So how about this? Matter of fact, take all 10. Write love notes to yourself. Put them in an envelope, stick a stamp on them, mail them to yourself once a week. That's 10 weeks of you getting some love in the mail. You're like, what? I'm gonna send myself some love? Yeah, why not? Start with yourself. That seems so weird. So what? So it's weird to be a human and think that we don't want love. I think that's weird. So you might as well do something weird to combat the weird experience that you're already having. Mess around, send yourself a text message if you can. Right? Do some things for yourself. I believe in it. I have all these sticky notes like all around, right? I have sticky notes. Just I don't know. I need a sponsorship with sticky notes if anybody, does that. But like take some of these sticky notes, stick them places. Like if you read, write yourself a little love note, stick it in some random book, and then one day, might be a year from now, you might be reading and then you come across this love note. That's cool. Right? Stick one in your drawer. Stick one in the refrigerator underneath, you know, some grilled ground turkey that you're going to make next week. You're going to pick it up. You're going to forget that it's there. You're going to pick up that ground turkey and there's going to be a love note from you to you. That's all good, right? Like it's something that's different. Just you have to create some type of disturbance in your current conversation. You have to interrupt the thinking that you're having. If you're ever going to have a new dialogue and a new discussion, you might as well have some fun with it, right? A pack of sticky notes, go to the dollar store, like do these little things. It doesn't cost you a whole lot of money, right? You can go get some a dry erase marker, write yourself love notes on your mirror, like in your bathroom or just whatever. But just start. Like start having the conversation with yourself because you have to interrupt the current dialogue because what's it doing? It's stopping you from moving forward in love. It's keeping you from having experiences because you're not going to attract love to you while you have these conversations that are pushing love away. That's just not how it works. Love is not attracted to you if you are cursing love and saying that it's not going to come towards you and you're going to talk all negative about love and you hate it and it's so terrible. Love is going to say, okay, well, if you feel that way about me, I'll make sure that I don't darken your doorstep. Right? Love doesn't want to be treated that way. Love is a spirit, right? Like, it's a spiritual experience. Love is a spiritual experience, and you're just pushing it away. Like, look, we don't have to be super deep, right? Like, there's good and evil, right? We kind of know these things. So yeah, I get it. If love is evil, then yeah, push it away by all means. But if it's the good thing and we push it away with evil, how can we be surprised when we don't have it? And then somebody came up with the idea, well, hey, perhaps you can just fall into it. No, that's not happening either. You're not going to just be walking along and stumble into love. No, love is cultivated. I'm not going to go out on the farm and stumble into an orchard of apple trees. No, they're not there. In order for them to be there, I would need to plant apple seeds and cultivate apple seeds and grow apple seeds. They don't just show up just because I hoped for it. No. We have to become more powerful than what we give ourselves credit for. This idea that we're just going to stumble into so many things in life is just false. And it is terrible thinking because now you have no control. It's just you're just driving down the street, sitting in the passenger lane, passenger side of the car with no one in the driver's seat, and you're just hoping for a great outcome. That doesn't make sense now, does it? Who sits in the passenger seat with the car moving down the lane, hoping for a good outcome? None of us. Like we know either we need to get out of the car or we need to get into the driver's seat. And this conversation is really a get into the driver's seat kind of conversation. Don't just don't just live your life hoping and wishing, right? So many people, I was having a conversation with a woman and she was saying like that she doesn't like being single and that, she hopes God is going to bring the right man into her life. And that's all fine, well and good, right? I'm like, but I would I don't think you need to pass that off to God. I don't. Yeah, yeah, God orchestrates, but I think human responsibilities should be examined, right? Like I tell this to married couples all the time when we're working together. Like, one of the people in the marriage, one of the spouses would say, like, you know, I pray for affection. I'm like, God, God is not going to, that's not what God's going to do. God's not going to be hugging you. Your spouse can hug you. So what we need to do is stop passing off this idea that we pass off things into the supernatural realm when it can be done in the natural realm. I think is very faulty and very harmful. Like, no, let's not expect miracles where we can just do the work. Like, No, no, no. Hug your spouse, kiss your spouse, hold hands with your spouse. Invest quality time with your spouse. Put your phone down, talk to them, play in their hair, take a shower with them, lay in the bed without clothes on and chit chat. Do some stuff, right? Like you want to be, you want God to bring the right person into your life. Well, go put on some perfume and make yourself appealing to the person that you want to attract. If I want to attract someone that likes muscles, I'm like, all right, let me go to the gym, build up my muscles, right? I want a woman in my life that likes biceps. Let me do some extra curls. Let me do look, nature tells us what to do here with this one. Like flowers attract bees, right? We can be attractive. Like we need to work on that. If you're not attractive to people and you want to be in a relationship with someone, work on your attractiveness. See, sometimes we pass off our dreams and our hopes like they can't happen, really, because we're lazy and we're not working. We're not working on our skills. We're not working on our game. This is what I call it. I call it game. A lot of people don't like that. They're like, I think it's terrible. We call it game because it's like you're playing games with someone. No, it's not. It's you're strategizing. I grew up in a house. My mom called it game. She was like, son, you need to have some game. Girls like it when you have some game. You have to learn. My mom taught me. She was the one that taught me how to be romantic. My mom taught me. My dad modeled it. But my mom told me, like, no, here's some things you need to do, right? She taught me how to be a great listener and to communicate. And she taught me those things. So I call it game. It's strategy. It's learning. Game doesn't mean manipulating someone for harm. No, it's like strategy. You're working intentionally to produce an outcome. So, what outcome do you want to produce? What outcome are you willing to work on in your life so that you can serve someone? You want to be attractive? Work on it. If you want to be attractive to one person, find out, like, okay, what do they find attractive? Work on it. Invest in it, because if you want to build a strong relationship with that one person and then that person wants to build a strong relationship with you, guess what you can both do? You can work on, okay, let's work on this thing so that we're appealing. Oh, being a good listener, you find that to be sexy? Let me work on my listening skills. Oh, you like, the way that I feel when I hug you? You notice, oh, honey, your muscles are feeling quite firm. Oh, you like that, huh? Well, let me go ahead and do a couple extra push-ups tonight. It's all good. That's so good, right? Things that we can do. One person likes acts of service. Somebody else likes touch. Somebody else likes time. Like, learn. That's all. Learn, put in the work, and enjoy it. But don't limit yourself. And certainly don't curse the love that you want in your life by driving it away, saying that you'll never have it and that it won't work for you. Stop hanging around with the negative people. The ones that they're always rebounding from a breakup. You know why? Because they're always putting themselves in the same position because they never stop to learn. Don't be around them. Mm-mm. They're dream killers. They are dream killers and they will kill your dream of love. And perhaps you're a dream killer. And perhaps you've been killing your own dream of love, thinking that no one would ever want you. No one would ever find you appealing and attractive. Stop thinking that way. Don't think like that. Start working on what you have. Take what you have, work on your goods. Start working on you. Get out of that mindset. You get out of that mindset, you start developing yourself. Start seeing whatever you have. You might be a person that criticizes yourself because the way you look physically. Oh, well, if I wasn't this short, then, someone might like me. Listen, I'm not tall. I'm not going to be tall. It's just not in the cards for me. So you know what I need to do? I need to work on making my short appealing because this short is never going to be tall, right? Work on what you can work on. Let what is there, let it be, and then you work on it. Like you cultivate it, right? You might be like, listen, "Oh, I got a few extra rolls right now. I'm not really happy about that." That's all right. Love on your own rolls. Love on what you got. You know, feel good about it. Keep on developing. Doesn't mean you can't go work out or change or anything like that. You can do all that. But love on yourself. Don't put yourself down. Because if you do, just driving love away. And that's where your dream will end. Your dream of love is going to end in the conversation that you have in your mind that says, this isn't possible for me. It's not going to happen for me. This is negative. Love is not coming my way. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Whatever it is, the conversation that you're having. So just consider it. Consider giving your love dream a chance by changing the conversation, change the narrative, and boom, move forward. Be willing. Be willing to dream your most beautiful dream and then work on it. That's what it keeps coming back to. Put in the work. So thank you for who just gave me that huge, tremendous, big heart. I appreciate that. I'm getting ready to shut it down because I'm going to go get in the bed and dream some real dreams tonight. But I appreciate you all being here. Have a fantastic evening. Dream about love, pursue love, work on love. And I think, and I know it's going to prepare you to actually have the love that you're dreaming about. So don't avoid it. Go for it. And you'll be glad that you did. Have a fantastic evening. I am B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. I love you much. Let me pray for you. Father, thank you for this time together with all these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people. I pray that you bless them tremendously. I pray that you bless them with more love than they even ever dreamed of. Let them know that their work is not in vain and that what they see and what they hope for and what they dream is possible. But we got to be all in. Help someone tonight to go all in on their dream of love, to turn away from the negative conversations and believe, to have new, fresh, found hope that love is possible in their lives. And I pray that as they dream, they will see more and more examples of it. Thank you in advance. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. You all have a fantastic evening. I'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing, at 6:30 to 7:30 is the single slipper challenge day 3 tomorrow. So be a part of that. If you can be here, set a timer on your phone, 6:30 to 7:30. Tomorrow is going to be great. You don't want to miss it. And then everything works out, I'll be back at 9 tomorrow evening and we'll talk some more love too. So a lot of love happening. Don't miss it. This is a perfect time of the year to be here for it. Have a fantastic night. Love you much. See ya.